Greetings, y'all. It's your Knock Yamada, and welcome back to another Golf Stories podcast. Of course, joined here by PGA Tour caddy Derell Adden. Derell, it's episode, I think, 38. We're getting closer and closer to the end of the year. What's up, man?
What's good, dude? Like, we're still doing it.
Yeah.
I need to say it like week in and week out, but we're still here and we're doing it.
Yeah. Can't believe it, man. And I can't believe that it's really getting closer to the year. We are deep into football season now. So appreciate those fans that are still with us. I think our last video got some decent viewing. I don't know why. I guess a lot of Japanese fans, maybe. Who knows? How's your week going? You just told me you got some golf in.
I got some golf in, played at a golf course called Eagle Ridge, little 2:00 tee time. Some good things slowly coming into play. I'm not chipping it well, but chipped well towards the end. Working on some new things on my putting. So there's a lot going on. Hitting the irons actually really well. Driver better than normal.
Okay.
So not really complaining there, but for the most part, doing some new things with my putting, and we'll kind of see how it goes.
Right on, right on. Yeah.
How's it? Any golf on your end?
Yeah. We played on Saturday and shot one under. It was my first time under par for a while. Yeah, it's back at my home course, Webb. Good old Webble Streets. Yeah, I mean, played solid. I mean, I know the course. That's the only course I can seemingly shoot well on. You remember my brother David, Kuya David? He also played well. So I guess should go there for a little confidence booster whenever we need it.
That's much needed.
Yeah, for sure. It's nice to know you can go under par. So yeah, the game's in good shape. I actually got another scramble on Friday, and yeah, so looking forward to that. Also, I'm gonna do a little bit of golf beach trip with the family here in a bit this weekend at the Gulf Shores down there in Alabama. So
okay,
I'm gonna get some golf fix in, man. Yeah,
I mean, get it in.
Yeah, the weather's finally turned for the best. You know, it's like 70, 60, perfect, sun shiny and a little breezy. So yeah, we're gonna get it in, man. It's and the game is looking sharp, and the tools are getting sharpened also behind the scenes. They're not quite in yet, if you know what I mean, but they're getting sharpened. Yeah, yes, indeed. Shout out to our boy Adam Harding, the Ping Man, and we'll get him on here.
Sure.
Yes, indeed. But of course, the big stuff that happened last week for the PGA Tour is the Zozo Championship. So you can see behind me is the 2019 version of it. Now, we mentioned a couple of people that were involved in that, obviously Tiger and Hideki, last year winner. But a guy who was playing with Tiger that year in the final round was Keegan Bradley, who got it done. Sadly, for a lot of fans, I'm sure they were pulling for old Rick Fowler, and Andrew Putnam was also in the running. But it was a tense final round there. Seemingly no one wanted to win, but old Keegan was able to pull out an emotional one. Were you able to watch any of it, catch the highlights, Daryl?
I caught the highlights. I actually was caddying at Cyprus. They have their members weekend.
Oh, yes.
Fun fact, before we dive into our thing, I was caddying for 3 days for the founder of Yahoo.
Oh.
So Gary Yang. So he was that kept me busy from Friday to Sunday. With that being said, definitely caught a lot of the highlights. Obviously, a lot of people wanted Ricky to win. It's just at the end of the day, it's cool to see him playing better. And with Keegan, I mean, he's been trending. He's been getting close. Did I tell you? I think I said it last time about the fun fact with him and Brendan Steele. He went on like a diet. Did we talk about?
I don't think so. No. Yeah.
Anyways, we're playing with Brendan Steele the first 2 days at Sanderson Farms, and Keegan went on a diet where he's only eating meat only, and he lost like anywhere like close to 20 pounds, if not 20 pounds. So he's been putting in a lot of work. So there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff. So it's cool to see Keegan get the job done. And again, he's been trending.
Well, dang, that was a good piece of information there. Yeah, man. And obviously likes the course, was contending there in 2019. Yeah, he's been trending well. He really has played some solid golf. Even last year, up to about 18 months ago, contending against Sam Burns in Tampa. And you knew then. I mean, he finished I think second, so you knew then he's pretty much capable of winning, and he finally was able to break the door down, so to speak. And also, I think the U.S. Open he was right up there late. So it hasn't been a surprise. It's just getting the job done, and it's actually kind of surprising he only got 5 PGA Tour wins for a guy who's been on Ryder Cups, obviously a major champion,
and knocks a lot.
Yeah, and knocks on the door a lot. And at the Players, I think he was right there at the Players this year. So quality player. And tough beat for Rick. He had the 54-hole lead, but it is kind of similar to Keegan. You need to get in contention first and get those the heat of the battle. And I think I had said it last week where this is a perfect event to get that quote unquote playing time, since there is no cut to put in the back of your mind whether you're going to make it or miss it. You can just go out and play. So that has turned out to be a perfect medicine for Ricky. Any comments on any other contenders? Your boy Grillo was up there. Hayden Buckley, I know you mentioned him a lot in the pod. A lot of good names up there.
Hayden Buckley, we played with him on the last day at Sanderson Farm, shot a little 65. It's always good to shoot 65 on Sundays. He's definitely been trending. Again, his caddy and him, good friends of mine now. And definitely awesome to see him play well.
Yes, indeed. Grillo, again, a couple shots of ice. Sahith got a little backdoor top 10. Victor, I mean, look at the names, actually. The cream rose to the top at the end. Cameron Champ, Xander was up there for a little bit. Brendan Steele had the first round lead, man.
I know.
Must have told him something. I must have whispered something in his ear, and a pitcher that's throwing a no-hitter. So that's okay. We gave it a good shot. A lot of good names up there, and it was cool to see the Japanese fans once again came out to play and came out to celebrate their tournament. So really, really cool to see, and the course looked gorgeous. It's a tough track. I mean, I will say that the rough is brutal, and if you miss fairways, it can be a tough time out there. But any last things as far as the Zozo goes?
I mean, like I said, cool event. Hopefully be there one day on my end as well.
Yeah, that'd be a trip. And, if you're there, then that means you should be there for 4 days. So
yeah,
it'd be a perfect little work vacation in a way, experience all that. But yeah, that was a PGA Tour stop last week. And we also had a little other Asian golf in the Middle East out there in Saudi Arabia, LIV Golf, Jeddah. And guess who is back again? Mr. BK, Mr. Brooks Kopeka, able to get the W against his teammate, no less, Peter Uihlein. The Smash Golf Club also winning for the first time as a team. Any thoughts on that? I only really caught just a bit of the playoff, and it happened. It came on so early morning over here, so it was tough.
Yeah, same thing. Caught a lot of the highlights. Again, just cool. Honestly, these guys still work hard. I know whatever guys want to say, but they're still trying to win. They're still competitors at heart. They're not just going to play golf just to go play golf.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's cool to see. And I think the biggest thing for me is 4 Aces not winning again, just to kind of give some competition and not just be a runaway. So that's one thing that I did like about that.
Yeah, some good parity. And you did mention last week if the 4 Aces wanted to claim their ground, so to speak, it was right there for the taking. Dustin was up there, Yeah. And your boy, I think Neiman finished. Let me see. I got the leaderboard right here. He was, one shot out of the playoff from there. And Sergio, Fireballs, once again, I think they finished, second. So Sergio's team is trending very well heading into that final team thing. I did say the Crushers with Bryson would be up there, and they did. They get these backdoor second or third places, so pretty interesting for them. But yeah, I honestly, didn't catch too much of it. The playoff, I think Peter Uihlein thinned his bunker shot after, I think, hitting 2 really good ones in the previous holes. But that's just unfortunate. It's the way the cookie crumbles. Kudos to Brooks Kopeka. It is good to see him win again. He's certainly not done for, even though he himself was commenting that his career, he thought his career might be over. And I think he always does this. When he wins, he generally reveals some things to kind of say, this was even bigger than y'all think. So, but hey, win's a win, right?
You take those.
Yep, absolutely. Any last thoughts from last week, LIV or anything like that?
Let's move on to that CJ Cup.
Let's move on to the CJ Cup. You just want to talk about your boy Rory, who is the defending champ at the CJ Cup. It is a different course this year. We are going to Congaree in South Carolina. We're escaping Korea and Vegas this time around for the CJ Cup. Last year was at the Summit Club. Like I said, Rory getting the W. Rickie Fowler was there, I remember, in contention. Colin Morikawa made an eagle, I believe, on the last hole there. So usually the big names like to come out here. I believe it's a no cut again, and so it should be interesting. Got a lot of big names that want to come out, especially at Congaree, which is kind of getting a name for itself as one of those type of replacement courses, just like the DC one that they played the Quail Hollow at. It's a great replacement course, I guess, if you want to say that. They got a very interesting way they do membership. They don't even call it a membership. It's like ambassadors or something like that, where they do some charity work and things like that. Of course, it hosted the Palmetto Championship, which replaced the Canadian Open last year. And Garrick Higo survived a crazy finish. I remember Chesson Hadley had the lead there for a while, and just a bunch of other people finished in second. But what do you remember from Congaree? Were you there last year?
Yeah, Palmetto? I was.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's that place is it's elite. It's a special place, special property. It's far. It's out of the way. It's everybody was staying minimum 45 minutes away, minimum. Obviously, if you're one of the well connected, you could stay on property, but they don't have much to stay there. And again, I think minimum 45 minutes away, most people were staying, and including me. Including me, I wasn't lucky enough to stay, nearby. But great club out there. Let's put it this way: it's they have a small airport nearby, and it's so small that most planes can't fit in there. So you still got to drive 45 minutes away.
Goodness me.
So, again, great shape. Again, you're right. They don't call it a membership. It's an ambassador. Mm-hmm. And it's a little hidden gem for sure.
It's out there. Look at this picture. It looks very remote.
And so I know going into, because during when I was there real quick, they didn't want it to basically show its teeth. So, and not like, because it was their first time showing this place, right? Mm-hmm. So they didn't want to make it impossible. And, but being there, you could see how that place could be so much tougher than it really was. So I would say like they made it a little bit easier on us. First go around, just to kind of like this intro. So I'm kind of excited to see if they kind of step it up a little bit this weekend. No cut. They can kind of make it a little tougher because they have a lot of runouts. You see there's a lot of sand, right?
Yeah, very similar to Pinehurst.
Yeah, and so I've never been to Pinehurst. So but based on what I remember is they can make those runouts visually off the tee deceiving to where you think you didn't go in there and you did. So with that being said, you need to be very careful off the tee. So from what I remember, off the tee is key, but when we were there, they made it a little bit easier. So we'll see how they do it this week.
Yeah, and I also actually just read that it's a winter club. Like they really don't normally open during the summer, and during that last year they only opened it really because of the tournament there.
Yes.
So it's kind of interesting. I'd imagine then that it's going to be even more lush looking when they go there this year. And you said that they might have not shown their teeth, but 11 under won it, and there was a lot of carnage in the end.
Right.
So I'm curious to see how bad they can make it as far as the play goes. I mean, look at this. I mean, I think I want to say Smiley. I mean, not to shit on Smiley Kaufman, but he was trying to play here for the Palmetto and shot something like in the high 80s. And if you don't have your game, basically, and you can't find the fairway, it's going to be a long day for you. par is going to be a challenge for sure. And yeah, like I said, Garrett Kigo was able to be the one to grind it out last time. But as far as I guess what you think will do well here from your eyes, it's a par 71 and it's 7,600 yards, so it's brutal.
Off the tee for
Off
sure.
The tee. Keep it in play.
Even in play off the tee, because like I said, on our end, because I've heard, obviously talking with a member or ambassador, sorry, or just people like being around that place, they said that they took it easy on us. So with that being said, let's see what they have to offer this coming week. Again, it's the best time to do that because it's no cut and right.
Yeah, you got the best players too. Last time I think they kind of took the week off in a sense that week. And
it was the week before the U.S. Open. Yeah. I remember Brooks missed the cut and was immediately in San Diego on Saturday.
He had enough. So it kind of reminds me of Greenbrier now that you mentioned with the remoteness and kind of just a new type of course that we're going to and checking out. So pretty interesting. And yeah, they got an interesting story behind it. I don't believe you're going to be doing picks again this week. No more picks this year because sorry, Jay. Sorry, Mr. Monahan. We will obey the laws. Don't kick us off and we'll make us go to LIV. But just messing. I'll be the one to carry us home again. No problem with that.
If there's anybody to carry us home, it's you.
Hey, I've got a decent percentage, I guess. We've hit, 4 or so. Hey, well, we'll just keep it going. Make it 5 this week, right? So
we already know who my pick is going to be anyway for those that watch this thing.
It's true. That. So the CBS down below, those odds are there for y'all to look at. For my dark horse pick, I mean it's tough. Really, with the new course, new faces to pick who's going to do well here. I'm going to pick a familiar face to this place. I'm going to go really dark horse. I'm going to go Lucas Glover, old vet, one of the ambassadors.
I was going to say, he's an ambassador here.
Yeah, so why not? Hey, I put my money where my mouth is. I actually did see his odds were pretty outstanding. So, hey, why not? He's 400 to 1. They're not giving him a chance. He's an ambassador. Come on, he should know the course, right?
Right. Agreed.
Yeah, so he's a ball striker. I mean, he won at Bethpage, which can be carnage, and I'd assume he knows this place and knows that you need to keep it in play. So, hey, the old vet might have another one in the bag. So I'm going to go with Lucas Glover as my dark horse pick.
Speaking of, I brought. So I mean, nothing too crazy. Yeah. Nothing too crazy, but here's some little, tidbit.
Look, keep it simple. I like it. I like the name Palmetto Championship. That sounds.
It was actually a good. They did a good job.
Yeah. The fans come out. I do remember there was something.
Yeah, fans came out. It was a good experience that I had there.
That's cool. South Carolina, by the way, for those who don't know. So, yeah, South Carolina. Lucas Glover, South Carolinian. So that's the dark horse pick. I'm gonna go with my contender pick. Familiar name to the pod, a guy you like, and a guy who I was singing praises just earlier, Mr. Emiliano Grillo.
What a great pick. Again, this guy is just solid. Like year in, year out. You see him here and there, but he's always steady Eddie. And I think his time is gonna come soon. So maybe this week.
Maybe this week. He's been playing really great. And we were just talking about how, you need to kind of start trending with Rickie. It's good that he didn't, he's starting to trend. That's how you get back into the winner's circle. And same thing with Grillo. It's been 7 years, really. That's crazy to think for a guy of his talent. But great ball striker. I think, he's got a decent short game as well. So I like his odds. Trending well and just need to make some putts and needs to temper those Latin flares from time to time when he gets a little angry. So Emiliano Grillo, our boy. I'm sure that was going to be Daryl's pick anyway. So there you go. So he's 71 with my winner pick. Lots of big names up there. It's tough to choose. But I've been also singing this guy's praises earlier in the year, not really recently, but earlier in the year. I like him down here in the South. He's got a great short game. He did just win in the DP World Tour at the premier event. Mr. Shane Lowry, the good guy, as they say. Yeah. He's 22-1. Great short game. Solid ball striker. Finally got that win. Maybe the lid's going to come off and he can start, winning more and more again. I'd certainly see that is his talent and his capabilities. So, yeah, I'm going Shane Lowry. I think he's going to make a good run of it. That was my Irish accent.
Love it. Love it.
So, yeah, those are the picks. Mark them down, guys. I mean, we're not in Vegas anymore, but, go to Vegas, put those picks in, win you some money. You're welcome. We come bearing gifts. It's not even Christmas yet. But yeah, lots of big names. Rory, like I said, defending champ. He's a favorite. I think 6.5-1. So they're liking him a lot. John Rahm, haven't seen him back in the PJ Tour in the US for a bit. He's 9-1. Scotty Scheffler, Homa, Thomas. Yeah, the big names are here to play. So I'm excited to see what they have in store for us. Any crazy experiences from the CJ Cup or this course? Obviously, you went there last year. Anything like that?
I mean, like I said, this course is very special. I definitely would love to see it on a rotation of some sort, and just put it in. Again, it's a special place. The one thing that I didn't do is I should have got like something from there. Like honestly, like there's a lot more ambassadors or people that are connected to that place, especially like if you're from like Hilton Head or Sea Island. Like there's more ambassadors that I've realized that are there. So you see Monday through Wednesday specifically wearing a Congaree hat. And if you didn't have the logo before, now you do. So you're like, oh, that's Congaree. Because I've seen that logo before and I didn't know what it was. So you see more guys wear their hat and their belt. So it's more like a if you know type of thing. So after going through that week, I'm like, oh, I finally know.
You should have, now you could have gone the hat and almost pretended to be an ambassador in a way.
Right. Or just, like I said, it didn't even matter because it's just, you're just in the circle basically. So it's one of those courses that is not really well talked about, but with this exposure, more and more people are going to start to know about it.
Yeah. You're going to be in the know.
Yeah.
And you know what? I actually just read we're trying to get the President's Cup for 2025. They didn't get it, but that would have been pretty cool to kind of expose this course a little bit more. Maybe host a major. I don't know. I think it'd be good.
Like I said, we'll see how this week goes. I will definitely tune in because again, it's the second time it's been here, so we'll definitely like to see it from a different set of eyes.
Yes, indeed. Reminisce a little bit. Last time. Yeah. So Congaree. I was about to say Palmetto. It's the CJ Cup, usually Korean based. I'm kind of sad they haven't been back to Korea since was it 2019. Justin Thomas must be angry too. He won there twice. But eventually, we'll be there. They'll return eventually, and I'm sure they will. I mean, the Korean golf is healthy and strong, men and women together. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what they have for us this week. I don't really have too much experiences in South Carolina or anything like that, so Derell is going to take us home with that. But yeah, any last things, Derell, before we call it off?
I am good to go. Definitely, we'll try to get some golf in this week and go from there. Again, a couple of the caddies we play some golf at the last event of the year in Sea Island, so I'm just get my game in somewhat decent shape. And so we'll go from there.
Yeah, that'll be an experience. That's hey, like I said, we're only 4 or 5 weeks from there, so we keep inching our way to the end of the year, and it's gonna feel like the end of Goodwill Hunting or something, like a therapy session that we've had for a year or something.
Right.
Yeah, looking forward to that. Looking forward for me this weekend with a lot of golf and some relaxation time. So till next time, guys, please, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment below, whatever you want to know. Your words mean something to us.